Hello everyone, in today's video we will be looking at Asajj Ventress from the Clone Wars from the Vintage Collection. And yeah, this one's looking like a good one. I do have another Asajj figure from many years ago that wasn't that great, and I actually think I've lost a lightsaber from her as well, which has bugged me ever since. So I had to get this one, which is like an updated one. It's looking far superior to that one. The image on there is pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that's taken directly from the show. I think, or if it's not, it looks good either way. But yeah, there's the figure in there. And then on the back, figure there, and a bit of information, VC364. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. Okay, so straight out of the plastic, here is the figure. First thing I'm drawn to is these strange little dots on here. I don't know if they're going to come off or if they are paint splatters. It's a bit annoying, but seems part and parcel these days. The main thing, I guess, is the paint on the face there. How is that looking? The face sculpt itself looks fantastic. The paint work all seems pretty good. On the face, she seems to have a bit of something there, like hanging off part of it. But yeah, the paintwork itself on the face is pretty good, and I do quite like this sort of shiny purple sort of, I don't know what you would call that, but it's like, you know, that colour there is quite nice. And then here, that's sort of embossed on there, which is, yeah, that's quite nice. Yeah, soft goods, which I'm going to be careful with because already it's starting to get a bit fluffy around the bottom. There's around the back there, sort of like a little fold there in the back. Yeah, all the articulation, I don't need to really go through that, I don't feel like, except for, yeah, swivel wrists, but they don't move up and down. So yeah, that face sculpt though, that's pretty spot on, I think. And then of course you have the two hilts here, which I have seen some people say they're quite chunky and big, which I think they might be, because she's quite small, hand's quite small, so maybe there's something to that. They do look a little bit big, but as I said earlier, I actually lost one of my lightsabers for Asajj. I don't know where it went, but they always fall out of her hands, so maybe this way they will stay in her hands. That bit there, I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's pretty good because you can attach them together. Maybe it would be better if that bit had been painted as well, because it just stands out a bit to me when they're not connected. But yeah, it's pretty cool that you can do that, which is very nice. But yeah, just does that sort of stick out a bit maybe. Whereas on here I noticed on this one it is actually painted to sort of blend in a bit. So yeah, but pretty good looking figure, and we'll get it set up and talk more about it. Okay, so overall it's a pretty great figure. The articulation, the paintwork, especially that face and head sculpt, I think that's very well done. I think the likeness is there. She's quite a popular character, and so I feel like she really was due an update, or I can't remember if there even really was a figure in the vintage collection of it. I know I've got one in like the Clone Wars style of figure, but I was never too fussed on them, to be honest, but I wanted one of the character. So when it was shown, I obviously had to get this figure, and it hasn't disappointed. It's there's no complaints really. If I had to, maybe that the lightsaber handles, they're a little bit chunky. They do feel a bit weird. They look a bit odd, considering she's sort of quite, I don't know, elegant, I guess. Is that the word? She's sort of quite slender and everything else, and then you've got these big bulky hilts. But as I mentioned earlier, I've lost a lightsaber off my other one, and I don't know if that's because they didn't stay in the hand. Yeah, feels a little bit weird, but you know, having the hilt that size, but that's just a minor thing. Everything else is on point. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this figure. Let me know your thoughts on this figure, if you've got it, if you want it, everything else. If there was anything I did miss, feel free to drop it below. And if you like the video, like, subscribe, everything else. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.